the idea of just replacing those fictitious virtual goods with actual tokenized goods that you can truly own independently of the game and trade and have digital ownership and autonomy over, that was really exciting to us. It seemed like a no-brainer.
Feel a similarity with the way that blockchain is being adopted as to like your early experience of the internet? Does it like feel like it's rhyming somewhat?
100%. I think that's why, as kind of middle-aged guys, we had a little bit of an advantage when we entered the space, because we were very quick to get conviction for the idea of tokenization.
Yeah.
Because coming from the lens of gaming, it made absolute sense to us. Because when you think about what a typical game is in 2017 or 2024, it's a consumer product where people spend money to buy virtual currency inside a game, and then they spend the virtual currency to buy virtual items.
Yeah.
Most of gaming revenue comes from the sale of virtual items. And so the world, the 5 billion people around the world that play video games all completely understand what it means to buy virtual goods using virtual currency, and they believe in the value of virtual goods, right? They believe in that intellectual property value. And so the idea of just replacing those fictitious virtual goods with actual tokenized goods that you can truly own independently of the game and trade and have digital ownership and autonomy over, that was really exciting to us. It seemed like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And so, to go back to your question, once we had that conviction, we felt that was obvious, we looked at the adoption of blockchain, and we could see an absolute pattern, because if you look at, the number of blockchain wallets 3 years ago, it was roughly akin to the number of web browsers in use in 1998, right? Back at a time when, we were banging on about how great the internet was, but your average person was still like, well, what can I do with this internet? Yeah. Yes, I can do some searching on Yahoo and stuff, but it's not like I'm going to buy clothes on the internet. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I can't try them on.
Yeah, exactly right. But
right?
It's not the case. I think it's, we did a study at a company I worked at, and this was probably 8 or 9 years ago now, maybe 10, where we interviewed a bunch of people, and it was like, would you rather lose your phone forever or lose a finger forever? It was your pinky finger, so it wasn't that useful.
Not a core finger.
No, it wasn't a thumb. I think it was something like 45% of people were like, take the finger. My phone is my on-ramp to the internet. I couldn't possibly live without it, but you know what? I don't need this. And I'm sure that number's probably got higher since then. That was a decade.
So I heard a funny analogy to this yesterday, actually. I was listening to a radio show, and they were saying that, because it never occurred to me, but, people of my generation, when you press a doorbell, you tend to use your index finger.
Yeah, okay.
But apparently, younger people who've really grown up on video games and smartphones often use their thumb, because they're used to pressing everything with their thumbs. Anyway, don't know if it's true, but...